Hi guys, today we are going to use Gemma 4 billion parameter and we are gonna see that how it gonna perform. So let me open activity monitor so that we can able to figure out what is happening. So activity monitor. So as you can see here, let wait. So here everything you can see here whatever is running. So Google Chrome is running and I think there's no need for that. Okay, so I'm using MacBook M1 8 GB RAM as you can see here. So right now you can see that how much is used. Okay, I have 256 SSD. So as you can see there. Okay, now we have started. So first thing we ask that how can you help me? So the question I ask. Okay, so here you can see that it's 9:30. I want to see that how much time it will take to give me reply. And here you can see it. It's swapping the memory around 1 GB. It's taking around 4 GB. So it's a 4 billion parameter. So I believe 4 GB they will take because that's the size of that AI model around 4 GB RAM. 4 GB. Okay. So as you know the RAM all that is working, so it taking that much. So 1 GB memory swap happening from my SSD I believe. I'm not sure about it, but okay. So here you can see it's even right now giving the answer. So I would tell you that it is not really fast, it is a really slow because people won't be they won't wait for that much to get a reply. So as you can see that even right now 1 GB memory swap they are doing. Here you can see that the 4 GB RAM it have taken. Okay, so already see that 1 minute have passed away. Even right now it's writing that, you know, I will tell you that AI gonna perform well. I would not lie about that. But the problem is that the laptop I'm using, MacBook M1 and 8 GB RAM, you know, it can't run. Even it's a 4 billion parameter that consumes 4 GB of RAM. Even then, it's struggling to just write down the task. And it will take it already 2 minutes passed away, and it is still writing that. So you can't able to use AI model here. You can see that how the memory is working. 1 GB of RAM it's taking. Swapping it. Okay, mostly I have removed all of that required. And even right now as you can see that it said that it can answer your question, research, it can write, brainstorm, editing, creative writing, generate different creative text prompts like say that prompt like poem, code, script, musical piece, email, letter, etc. It can help you to in assistant and productivity. Summarization, translation, code generation is limited. Python and JavaScript and the basic codes only. So as you can see that it's giving the reply what it can do. Okay, but even right now it's 3 minutes have passed away and still it is writing that. So as I told you that running 4 billion parameter it is really hard. Okay, it's swapping the memory and it's really slow. So as you can see that if I want to ask some other question, I believe for that even they really struggle. So I believe it will take around 4 to 5 minutes to just give an answer. So here you can see that continuously it is using 4 GB of RAM. So if you want to use AI model apart from 1 billion parameter, for example if you're using like 4 billion parameter of AI models, Even that is really, it's gonna struggle to run on your laptop if you have a 8 GB RAM, because AI models require RAM. At least you should have around 16 GB of RAM, only then you can run that. Even right now I can run that, it's not I can't, but more than 4 minutes have passed away and still it's giving the answer. And AI model is not bad, it's really great. So Google's, so it's gonna be really great. But the problem is that it's a 4 billion parameter, but that amount of RAM you don't have it. As you can see in my laptop, it's 8 GB of RAM, but it consuming the 4 GB and some other things it taking the RAM. So, and it's struggling here to just give me that information. As you can see, the 5 minutes passed away and till now it's writing that. So I'm not gonna test out this AI model because it can give you all the answer you need. I know, I'm 100% sure about that, because it's one of the biggest company that providing you that. So I'm not gonna test that. What I'm testing is that can I really use that, and the answer is no. If I want to use a daily on my laptop, I can't do that because they require around 4 GB RAM, and it give me 5 minutes. In 5 minutes it give me the answer, the question I ask. So if you ask me, I can tell you that you can't use 4 billion parameter of AI model on your MacBook M1 if you have a 8 GB of RAM. If you want to use it, go for 1 billion parameter. As you can see, I have 1 billion parameter. Okay, I selected this. Now I will ask question, how you can help me. Let's see how much time it take to give me reply. As you can see, around 9:36. You can see the memory, this one is still here. I think it should be slow down, but it is not. Let me just close that down. Okay, I don't know what will happen if I do this. Okay, let me do that. Force quit. Okay, so it's going to say that it's giving the answer and it is usable, I can tell you that. Now you can see that it will become normal. Okay, so it is usable. So if you want to use, you can just go below 4 billion parameter. I would recommend that if you want to run AI models, just go for 1 billion parameter, because it is better. You can see that the answer we got really fast. If I ask something else, like for example, write make a HTML5 theme using CSS and JS. So 1 billion parameter, you can see that how fast it is. It's writing the code for you. So you can see here, and the amount of memory it's using around, here you can see that. So really less amount of memory it's using and performing quite well, I will tell you that. So I would recommend you that if you want to use AI models, then if you have a 8 GB of RAM, then you should go for 1 billion parameter or lower than that. If you go for that, it will work quite well. So go for that rather than just big models, because it won't run your computer or your laptop. So that's all advice I can give you. As you can see that I have run the both model, and you can see that how it's performing. So 1 billion parameter you can use it, but not 4 billion parameter. So thank you for watching this video. Bye.